Good morning. Today we shall continue with simple complex compound. Two topics we have already done: expression of contrast, that is adverb clause of contrast, and expression of purpose, that is adverb clause of purpose. Now the other two things that we are planning to do today are expression of reason and expression of time. Now, which are the things that show reason? Which are the words that show reason? In a simple sentence, which are the subordinate conjunctions which show reason in a complex sentence, and which are the coordinate conjunctions which show reason in a compound sentence? The first sentence is, he fell down because of his carelessness. He fell down on account of his carelessness. He owing to his carelessness, and his falling down was due to his carelessness. Let us understand these four sentences are simple sentences, but different phrase prepositions are used in it. In the first sentence it is because of, which also means on account of, which also means owing to, and the sentence structure in these three sentences is the same. Whereas in a sentence with due to, which also shows reason, the sentence structure changes. Please note down the rule how to use due to in a sentence. The first and the primary thing is, due to is always used in the middle of a sentence. Let me repeat it. Due to is always used in the middle of the sentence. So you cannot start a sentence with due to. Second important rule about due to is that due to is always preceded by a to be verb. Am, is, are, was, were, shall, will, be are to be verbs, and before due to you always have to use any of these to be verbs according to the tense given. Now, as these are the rules that we have to follow for due to, let us take into consideration the basic rule of a simple sentence. In a simple sentence there is only one verb. So if in a given sentence any other verb is given, say for example he fell down, then fell is the verb. Okay. Now when fell is a verb, in a simple sentence there is no other verb. We have to change that fell into falling. Falling is present participle. That he, that was a subject, fell was a verb, fell down. Now what we did is that he will become his, that is a possessive pronoun. When we change a sentence with due to, when we write a sentence with due to, what really happens is we have to write only one verb. And as I told you, that due to is always preceded by a to be verb. And the third important thing is that in a simple sentence there is only one verb, and a sentence with due to is a simple sentence. So if we write to be verb, then we cannot keep any other verb in the same sentence if we want to retain it as a simple sentence. In that case, that was is the verb that we are writing in with due to. There should not be any other verb, then that verb has to be changed into a non-verb. When I explained you the rules, I had told you that which are the non-verbs, which appear like verb but are not verbs. They are present participle, ing form of the verb, infinitive, that is to plus root form of the verb, past participle, that is the third form of the verb, perfect participle means having plus past participle is called perfect participle, and its passive having been plus past participle, and the last is being, being. Being is not a verb. So these are non-verbs. We have to change the given verb into any of these non-verbs to make it a simple sentence. So his for fell will become falling, that is present participle. his falling down. Generally, to make it a non-verb, we change it into a present participle. So his falling down, then we write the to be verb was, due to, and the remaining part remains as it is. Then when we change it into a complex sentence, he fell down because he was careless. Here fell is one verb and his carelessness. What we did in the sentence with due to was he fell down. We changed it to his falling down. Here his carelessness is given. We have to change it to a verb because we want to make a complex sentence. We need two verbs. So his will become he. When we change a subjective pronoun I, we, you, they, he, she, it into a possessive pronoun my, your, his, her, our, their, it, we are changing it from the subject to a subjective pronoun to a possessive pronoun, and a subject needs a verb whereas a possessive pronoun needs a noun. So his carelessness is, their carelessness is a noun, but when we write he as a subject, then we have to put a verb he was, and then careless becomes an adjective. So when we change, say, a possessive pronoun into a subjective pronoun, it is followed by a verb, one thing, that is was, and the noun carelessness, we have to change it to careless, which is an adjective. So the sentence structure is he is subject, was is verb, and careless is adjective. Now in because and since or as, there isn't much difference. The only change is we begin a sentence with since or as, because there we are emphasizing the reason. So since or as he was careless, he fell down. The given sentence was he fell down because he was careless. Instead of that we write since or as he was careless, he fell down. Then when we change it into a compound sentence, we have to use a coordinate conjunction. The coordinate conjunctions are and, so, and therefore. When we use and, so, and therefore, it becomes adverb clause of result instead of adverb clause of reason, because so and therefore show you the result. He was careless is the reason, and the result is he fell down. So he was careless and so, and therefore he fell down, and we put to make it a compound sentence. So that is all about, say, adverb clause of reason and the words indicating reason. Now let us check the next, that is expression of time. Expression of time is shown using, say, on, when, as soon as, no sooner, hardly, scarcely. This topic we have already discussed while discussing affirmative negative. So let us solve the examples now. He went to the bazaar to buy vegetables. Here he went to the bazaar. The purpose of going to the bazaar was to buy vegetables. Now which are the other ways in which we can change this sentence? Transform the following sentences as shown in example. Now here the example for purpose is the expression of purpose. He came to my house to or in order to help me in my work. Instead of that, here what is given? Say it is given that he went to the bazaar to buy vegetables or in order to buy vegetables. Then if we want to use, say, for or with a view to, then the sentence will be he went to the bazaar for or with a view to. With a view to or for is always followed by present participle, that is ing form of the verb. He went to the bazaar for or with a view to buying vegetables. If we want to make it a complex sentence, we have to use subordinate conjunction so that or in order that. The sentence structure for so that or in order that is given here over here. So that or in order that plus subject plus modal auxiliary, can, could, should, would, must, might, have to, has to, had to are the modal auxiliaries, plus root form of the verb. So here let us check what changes we make in this. He went to the bazaar so that, in order that, he, that is subject, modal auxiliary could, root form of the verb buy, and vegetables as it is. Okay. Now in spite of my strict warning, he went in that area. Here in spite of shows contrast. and in spite of is a sentence, is a simple sentence, because here there is only one verb in the sentence, that is went. When we change a sentence, a phrase preposition in spite of into a subordinate conjunction or coordinate conjunction, we have already made a list of the coordinate and the subordinate conjunction used for phrase prepositions. So in spite of, we can use though, although, even though, even if, however, as subordinate conjunctions, and we can use but yet still as coordinate conjunctions. So these many sentences you will have to write. So in spite of my strict warning. Now here again, as I told you that my, when possessive pronoun is given, it in a simple sentence, we have to change it to a subjective pronoun to make it a compound or a complex sentence, because there we need a second verb. Here only one verb is given, went. Strict warning, in that there is no verb. So from either of that words we have to choose a word that can be changed into a verb. So though, then my will become I, that is subjective pronoun. Now from strict warning, strict is an adjective, warning is a noun. Always a noun has to be changed into a verb. So though I warned, past tense we will have to write because went is given. Though I warned. Now if we write warned, that is a verb, then when a adjective plus noun is given, we have to change it into verb and adverb. So strict will become strictly. So though I warned strictly, comma, he went in that area. The second part will remain unchanged. If we use however, we know the sentence structure. However is followed, the sentence structure of however is however, then adverb strictly, then subject I, and want. However, strictly I want, he went in that. If we use as in the same sentence, then again the sentence structure will change. Strictly, we begin with an adverb plus as, strictly as, then subject I, and want. Strictly as I want, comma, he went in that area. Likewise, when we change it into a compound sentence, we have to use but yet or still. I, subject, want, verb, strictly, but yet still he went in that area. Okay. Now these two topics, the first is purpose and the second one is contrast. You have to find out which are the sentences that show contrast and which are the sentences that show purpose in the given 15 sentences, and solve those sentences in homework. Thank you. I am sending you the screenshot of this particular sentences, so that it will be easy for you to find out and solve the sentences. Thank you.